Hello, boys and girls. Pinchus the Pirate, and I am back from my latest adventure. I was actually on 2 adventures. First, Pinchus the Pirate went to Alaska. Some of you might have seen my short videos on Instagram or Facebook. I even brought back some souvenirs. My very own penguin family that I adopted from Alaska. We have the mama, the papa, and the baby. But more about the penguins later. After my trip to Alaska, I really want to tell you about this part because it fits in perfectly with this week's Parsha. I found a remote island in the Philippines. And these people, my friends that I made in the Philippines, made delicious bread. Delicious, as First Mate Dovey would say. And when I went to eat the bread, they looked at me like I had 4 heads because I went to wash my hands, netilas yadayim, before I ate the bread. So, naturally, I started to explain to them about netilas yadayim, washing our hands before bread, and also how we wash our hands in the morning when we wake up. And in fact, both of those come from an idea that we could connect to this week's Parsha, where we learn about Pinchus and becoming a Kohen and Karbanos. And washing our hands is connected to the Beis HaMikdash and the Kohanim, the priests, washing their hands before they would start the holy service, the Avodah. When we wake up in the morning and we thank Hashem, we say Moda'ani. Because our neshama had left us and now it came back, we wash our hands before we start our avodah, our daily work. And before we eat bread, just like before the Kohanim brought karbanos, the sacrifices, that they would wash their hands. Since bread is a staple of the meal, we wash our hands before bread. And I, of course, taught them the difference of doing it for bread and in the morning. And wouldn't you know it, not only did they start washing their hands, but they even came up with a fancy slogan, and they sang a song, which I'm going to show you at the end because they didn't know that I got a recording of them singing it. But for the rest of my time in the Philippine Islands, all they kept saying was, happy, happy, smiley, smiley, washy, washy. Yes. They thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and like I said, started singing about it. So for those of you that have not been super careful in washy washy before eating bread and when you wake up in the morning, now might be a good time to start. You know, it's the summertime, and at the end of the summer means Rosh Hashanah is coming. So it's a great time to get into a new practice, so when the new year starts, we're already familiar with it, and it's like a natural thing that we do every day. Pinchus the Pirate, all my Gin family that I've adopted over here, gonna go get ready for Shabbos. So, happy, happy, washy, washy, and from Pinchus the Pirate and all my crew, Shabbat Shalom and Toodaloo!
Every food you ate, every step you take, I've been washing you. Oh, can you see every smile you make? Every food you take, every step you make, I've been washing you.
I hope you enjoyed that song about happy, happy, washy, washy. They were so excited to write that song after I taught them about washing your hands in the morning and before bread. And that is how they came up with the idea of every step you take, I'll be washing you. If you didn't get that, whew, camera's getting away from me, ship is getting rocky. If you didn't catch that, listen again and you'll hear. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be washing you. Because we wash our hands in the morning before we take 4 steps.